Hey guys, it's Tally and Trevere, and look at that! We've got the Pristine Cut. It's out. We're doing this. It is time. Yeah, there it is. I see some folks have already been in the chat. Hello. Oh, Mega Prime, I see you haven't gotten your game yet. I hope it gets there soon. And yeah, welcome, Duty Pop. Thanks for coming to the stream. I did notice, actually, when I first opened the game, it gave me the option to select a language. So that's a new feature. Apparently you can have a lot of different languages now. Can't wait for you to find all the new stuff. I also cannot wait to find all the new stuff. I'm super excited for it. Let's not bother beating around the bush. Let's just start a new game.
You're on a path in the woods.
So I think for the most part I'm going to be
that path is a cabin.
Fast forwarding through things. Why is it already not skipping though?
Is a princess.
I wonder if there are new options here. This looks about the same.
Don't mention it.
Let's just go, I guess. Okay, so I know... Well, I haven't looked in too much detail at the, announcement stuff. Because, I wanted it to be somewhat a surprise. I believe there's new routes on the damsel, the prisoner, maybe the specter? I'm not entirely sure. I think there was also supposed to be expansions to the Fury and the Adversary. Probably other things as well, but let's just explore and see what we find, I guess. And of course, there are supposedly new, endings. So, let's see what we got. Let's try the damsel first, maybe?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a...
Whoa. Oops. That was an accident. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to...
Let's just go right for it.
You're only making
channeling the smitten this time.
Okay. I'll be...
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Alright.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Isn't there usually a slay the princess option here as well? What? Hang on. This is weird.
Fine. No, we won't have any of that. Stop that. The blade! Move the blade!
I'm so sorry!
With one last thrust of the knife, it can't just...
Alright, damsel time. You can do some of the explore options just for fun.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Alright. Let's go. See what we find that's
Warning.
different.
Before you go any, she will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along.
I think we've already been over this.
I do, but I ought.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Alright.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant. Its stone wall. The blade is your
Let's do a save. So previously, let's not save. Last time when I was streaming this game, I didn't really do... I think you have to get... I'm sorry, Omega, I have trouble parsing your sentence here. We have to get the... By fully anime princess, you mean like the deconstructed damsel or whatever she's called? Yeah, I think this time around I am going to save more often, and actually, like, I guess calling it save scumming sounds a little bad, but basically do more of that, just because we've already been through this game so many times that I don't want to end up on old routes again by accident. If that happens, then I'll just reload. Alright, you know what? Let's go give it a try with the deconstructed version. Let's take the blade just for funsies.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
So I know actually using it would get us to the gray, which I don't imagine has been updated.
Suppose if we're to play the
So,
role of dashing knight,
although-
we'll need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
I know a big part of this update was like adding more branches to the more like linear routes. So maybe the grays have been updated, I don't know.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a tape. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a...
In which case she'd be...
Yeah, I want to see how handsome I am.
Great idea. We have to make...
We shouldn't waste time preening. I'm not lying to you. Use your...
Alright, enough messing around. Let's just go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero.
Broken is
I
the
was
worst
so
in my
worried you
opinion.
wouldn't come back.
Yeah, he's a little bit annoying for sure.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us
I feel like a lot of people support him. But personally, I'm not super into that.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense.
Personally hope we get a combination of the cold and broken voices.
By cruelty.
I don't... by combination, you mean like have them both at the same time? Yeah, I feel like that would be kind of crazy. And hello, Cookie! Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could make it.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Alright. Let's see. Do we want to try any of the explore options? Let's do a save while we're here. Yeah, I mean, I hope we get them both on one route. Yeah. Let's try just rescuing her.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature, or would you rather believe the...
It's interesting that the smitten, like, really does think that she's just a complete doormat. That she'll only slip out of the chains and escape if you give her the idea first. That she, like, he just really thinks that she can't think for herself. It's pretty funny.
Believe in facts.
But, like, that does track with a lot of what this princess is like.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try...
I actually don't remember if the narrator can do that on this rate, because I did take the knife with us. Hopefully the narrator's not going to try to use it on her. Because that could be bad.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked.
Man, I feel like I just want to stare at every single screen in this game. All of the art is so beautiful.
I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Disgusting the narrator is so fun.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat? You know what we'll do if you try it. You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
Save. Alright, so let's try to do the deconstructed version
Let me
and
guess.
see if we get
End
something
the
new.
world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay. Ah, sorry. Slay her.
Are you seriously asking her that?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Remain silent? What does she do? Oh, I think I've tried that before, and she also just, like, doesn't...
The princess's eyes quiver
Yeah.
as she waits for your response.
I don't want to end the world?
There she goes.
I don't want to end the world.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear. Yeah, she is, isn't she? Or she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
What about this? I want you to make me unhappy.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy. I just want to make you happy.
I think this is maybe the new thing. Okay, clearly something is happening here, and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt, and we just figure out a way to be happy, together. Do we just leave with this version?
Oh, is that really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then...
Huh.
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
Oh. Yeah, because this princess really wants to make us happy, but at the same time, like... she does still have desires of her own, and her desire is very much to get the fuck out of here. Poor
I
princess.
guess we could do that.
Oh no.
Oh, at least she's normal again.
Not quite normal. She still has, like, massive weird eyes.
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable. But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she?
Believe it or not, Smitten, she does have desires outside of you.
I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us. No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess. If we just say the right things. If we just showed her the contents of our heart. She'd be happy here.
Why did that voice get so creepy at the end there? What? Smitten, what are you doing?
The voice thinks its thought. Your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Smitten?
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
I guess he is now. Show her your heart. Yeah, literally.
And yet, it's done, isn't it?
Holy shit. The smitten has gone off the deep end. I wonder if he's going to change in the next chapter. If the smitten is going to be replaced, or if it's still going to be the smitten, but he's going to be like a really dark version.
It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your
Oh my
exposed
god.
heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Whew.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Ugh, she doesn't know she wants is also such a gross thing to say.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
Also, I hate this thumping noise in the sound effect. Oh, that's so hard to listen to.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Oh, that was so creepy. Epilogue. Happily ever after. What?
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh my god.
Clearly already in the cabin.
Holy shit. Oh, this is beautiful though. Stained glass with the heart. Wow.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Ooh, Paranoid is here.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling
Where's the
us
smitten
that.
though?
We've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
Yeah, where's the smitten? What is he doing now?
Other one? Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent.
If he's actually gone, I think this might be the first time we've had a voice disappear between chapters.
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Hero doesn't know, but we know that's not true.
Bonus voice? Just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus.
I love the hero.
I'm going to describe the room now.
Yes, please.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
Okay, first of all, I think it's really funny that we're still calling this a cabin when it looks like this. And second of all, I think it's really interesting how the narrator describes the colors in the room when everything here is black and white. I guess the colors are left to your imagination.
before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time. And the time before that, she used it to kill us.
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options. Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Let's just do.
I see it.
Oh, I saw there was a turnaround and leave option. Interesting.
Else going on, like the fact that we can rip our own heart out without deciding that's what we're going to do. Is that what happened to you last time? How did that even work? To not do it again. Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone. Wonderful.
I wonder if, like, somehow he's going to be with the princess.
There's only the stained glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement.
That would be crazy.
You said that last time too, but that hasn't stopped it from showing up again. Or moving. Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
I don't know if I'm necessarily going to save scum and exhaust all my options, because I can potentially come back here a later time. Do I want to do that? Or do I not want to do that? So when I was streaming this game last year, I would just go through the entire game, beginning to end, over and over and over again, and get, like, different variations of different routes each time. But I don't know, maybe it would make more sense to just kind of exhaust one route and then exhaust another. And then when I get to the end, kind of save scum to exhaust all the endings. That is also an option. I want to save so I can try the turnaround and leave option. I don't know if I want to do that first or do it later. Let's try it.
As you foolishly turn to leave the cabin and abandon the world to its ruination, you're...
Oh, it is really interesting to try this because we're not on the path now. We're in the cabin. Can we leave the cabin now?
Oh, isn't that convenient? As you turn around, you're faced with a solid wall. There isn't a way out. It would appear that you're stuck here until you find a resolution to our princess problem. Yes, it's very convenient, isn't it? I assure you, I'm just as surprised as you are. Can't you hear the relief in my voice? I wouldn't be relieved if I was the one who set this up. I would have known you were stuck here from the beginning. Look, it doesn't matter who put that wall there, because it's there. The only thing for you to do now is find the princess and, ideally, find your weapon while you're at it.
I wonder if she would have the blade, too. Because I think the blade always shows up in every route. But it's not always in the same place. I don't know if she would have it here, though. She usually only has it when, like,
with nowhere to go
we kill her with it or something.
Leaving the non-existent exit behind you.
Alright, let's go.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. What is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle. Well, shall we have a look at ourselves? Maybe it won't go away this time. You reach
Ooh,
forward,
beautiful.
your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle.
The princess had the blade during the thorn route. Yeah. Well, like, we gave it to her in that route, and so she had it after the reset. In this case, she didn't have the blade, so I don't know why she would still have it. Maybe the blade just isn't there this time. I don't know.
Figures. And then you push the door open. Marvelous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
New.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, it doesn't live here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I
Amazing.
dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Wow, finally the narrator can't even say that slaying her would be doing her a favor. Incredible, we finally did it.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice, exitless house doesn't mean that she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely
Asking the real
why she
questions.
poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a
Oh.
line of reason.
Yeah, the narrator knows what'll happen if we pursue that line of thought. We could figure it out. Oh no.
No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Oh.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
I don't like the undercurrent of fatigue, though. Is she okay?
Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
You don't find that weird at all that she's offering you dinner? I'm so curious about what we're going to see when we go through that door. Like, is there actually going to be dinner prepared?
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? And don't eat the food.
Okay, I think we're if there is an option to eat or not eat food, I think we're gonna save at that. Oh, I'm so excited.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light.
That
Just enough
shadow's
to illuminate
freaky.
the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
We are on the menu. A nice hearty dinner made out of her kind heart. Oh no. Is that the dagger? Like on her... Is it stabbed into her, or is it just like hanging around her neck, like on a chain?
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden
Yeah.
chain around the princess's neck.
That's pretty sick. Oh, I just noticed the shadow isn't just a creepy shadow. It's literally got claws and it's like around her. I think that is the smitten. Holy shit. He's really turned dark and switched sides. Oh no. Is that why she sounds tired? Smitten, what have you been doing to her, you asshole?
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
Yeah, sounds real easy. Have you ever had roasted organs before? No, I don't think so.
There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under
I don't
you.
like that.
You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
I also don't like just her face there. Is she okay?
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Alright, let's save this one. Alright, I think we need to make a decision. Are we save scumming this and getting all of the options now? Or are we doing whatever we want and then coming back to it on another playthrough? Slay the princess. I vote to get all the options now. Or is this not a democracy? I would say this isn't really a democracy, but I do take suggestions. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I like to not go through all of the options just in case, like, I accidentally end up somewhere again, then I have the option to do things differently, but we're not going to end up here again by accident. Like, this is something very specific. So yeah, let's just go through all of them. Well, let's do the explorers first, I guess.
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
Do another playthrough? I mean, we're definitely going to be playing more routes. I don't know if we're ever going to be coming back to this specific one.
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgot about it.
Flames burn
Oh,
bright,
creepy.
A shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Was it this shadow that did it, presumably? Wow.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Eat. Let's do it.
Begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading.
She just looks so sad back there, though.
The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
It is the best meal you've ever had.
But it's
Then
so
it's over,
sad.
and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again. You tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
Poor princess, she's trying so hard. She just wants to have a nice meal.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
Oh no.
So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal. That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever.
I think that's exactly what we're doing.
Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
Poor princess.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
She has to always be happy. That's so terrible. I think the shadow is supposed to be in the shape of a throne. Maybe. I mean, you can definitely see the, like, clawed hands on the sides here. I don't know. I see it as, like, the shape of a person. Like, these are shoulders. And these are, like, I don't know, some kind of horns or ears or something. That's why I was suspecting that it was the shadow of the smitten still clinging to her.
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence. But maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
It's just a torch. Don't worry about it. We still have plenty of light.
Yeah. We just have to keep the rest lit, and everything will be okay.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
We should do something fun. Wouldn't that be nice? What if we played a game?
She's trying to distract us.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar, and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
Are we going to play, like, some kind of card or board game across a table this long? Can you imagine?
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun.
You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
Oh.
And so you start over.
Uh-oh.
Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Ooh,
And it's
look
so
at
sad
that.
because it's too real. I know, right?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
How about we just enjoy it while it lasted and then go do something else that's also going to be fun?
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
So, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never going to stay fun. You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
This is so terrible.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do.
Like that there's a whole card castle
In fact,
there.
It's almost as fun as the first time you played.
Almost.
And the sputtering torch roars back to life.
Still not the same though.
But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is just such a, like, horrible, like, toxic, controlling relationship happening between her and this shadow thing, whatever, or whoever it is. It's just awful to watch.
This is... awful. It's him, isn't it? He's making all of this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
I'm telling you, it's the smitten.
Who? The lovesick one, the one from last time. He's not gone.
Ah.
He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
So is that something that only happens in certain circumstances? Or do you always figure it out? Huh. Hey, Smitten! You were real chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say?
Smitten.
Oh,
Torches
hi,
flare
fluffy
and the
one.
shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
What the heck is that? Is that a beak? I've never seen this route. This game is so big. You've never seen this route because it's new. It was part of the Pristine Cut release that just came out earlier today. Hang on, I think we need to take a cat pet break. The creature is here and demanding attention. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Alright.
No, I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
That's so weird. We've never had anything like this happen. A voice just like detaching itself from us and going rogue. Wow.
Oh, you're talking to the shadow, aren't you?
She guessed that right away. She knows what's going on here.
Can we save her?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
I was right, wasn't I? I can't believe I was actually right. It is him. This is what he became after ripping us open.
Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to
Oh, no.
hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
Oh no! No, this route is making me so sad. Do I want to push it all the way? I do kind of want to see... Ow! Hey! The creature is now attacking me. Please do not chew on my mouse pad. Hey. Hang on, do I have something to distract her with? Here's a bit of string. Go. Take it. Is that your cat or something? Yeah. Here, chew on that instead. Alright, let's maybe try one more of these, and I want to proceed with this and see if we get more scenes. Although this kind of seems like it might change things. Let's keep going. Okay, so we've eaten, we've played games. Now what?
I don't know. But we can't do those other things anymore, can we? Maybe we can just spend time together?
Princess smiles as the two of you wait.
I mean, just spending time together is nice, but not when it's, like, under the pressure of, like, it has to be this perfect, enjoyable, like, ultimate fun time. Like, isn't that the worst? When you're just, like, hanging out with someone and you're just like, oh god, I have to, like, make it fun. I have to say something interesting, right? That's so much worse than just, like, hanging out with someone and just chilling.
Come on, there has to be a way out of this. This can't be the rest of our lives. This can't be forever. And wait. We live in a changing world. We know that. Something has to happen. And wait. You keep saying that, but we can't wait forever. There is no waiting forever.
I mean, she literally is the embodiment of change. Surely something has to change eventually. Unless it's him preventing her from changing anything.
And wait.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh.
Is she going to kill herself? That would be horrific.
Oh no. The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could choose to do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose? Like, I feel like normally the princess would choose to leave. We can still do that, can't we?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
Oh yeah, I guess there's no door in this one. But I'm sure we could make something happen. We can rewrite reality, right?
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Oh, that's a lot of options. Princess wants something other than just making you happy or leaving. I wonder why. Did she just have enough time to think it over? Well, I mean, I think part of it is leaving. Like, she wants to be free. She wants to get out of here. You can open your eyes. I'm still here, you know.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Look at her dress, though. It's so beautiful. Can we finally see her up close?
Do you still care about me?
Oh, I hate that they're still giving us the option. No. Awful. Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This is real.
I don't know what this is.
Neither do I. That's exactly what I said. It's us.
We can be us anywhere. And I think we're both done with being who this place makes us. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
Yeah.
As the princess steps towards the stairs,
Oh, she's so
you
pretty.
offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Wow. This actually changed his mind. That's also a first. Huh. Amazing.
Really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it? Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he? Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
Please give us a chance to have that
Stars
dance
are
before she
So
goes.
beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Kit, welcome back! We haven't seen you in so long! Just a heads up, I remember you being not a fan of horror, so, this game has a lot of horror content. Just be warned. I think we're currently in a relatively less horror-y, more just kind of sad route, but just be warned. There is, a link with content warnings in the description, so you might want to check that out. I've been so busy. Yeah, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. You missed, like, my entire Amaranthus arc. Oh man, it was such a great game. You should go and watch those if you haven't, checked any of them out. Yeah, that game just, like, took over my brain. Wonderful, of course, by the time you come back you play a horror-based game. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's bad timing. So, yeah, just be warned. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move. The soft, sad smile, widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever. I felt bad for not being here, but life got super busy for me. Yeah, no worries. Glad to have you back. But yeah, you might want to sit this one out. Yeah, it's an amazing game though. Like, if you think you can handle a bit of horror, I absolutely recommend it. It's so good.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
No, don't let her go. I meant it. Aww. But you do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. I do not trust the princess with a knife on her neck. Honestly, I would trust this princess over many of the others.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Oh, hey, don't do that.
I
Watch
beg
the
you,
mirror.
don't do this.
Who would you say is the most untrustworthy princess, and who would you say is the most trustful? I feel like the most... There are multiple princesses in a dating sim horror game. I would not go so far as to call this game a dating sim. There definitely are romantic elements, as the, like, intro screen to the game says, this is a love story. But it's not really a dating sim, per se. I would say the most trustworthy princess is maybe the damsel. Like, I feel like she just doesn't have it in her to oppose you in any way. Which is kind of sad when you think about it, really. The most untrustworthy princess would probably have to be the witch. Because I think she just delights in stabbing people in the back. Alright, let's go. It's you.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile
The arm is
blossom.
gross. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy arms here. Alright, so... do I want to do any of the explore options, really? They let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Now, can we ask her about this vessel?
Yes. Nerves
She's not having the
and
time of her life, for
fibers
sure.
feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives
The arms aren't that gross to me.
make
If
the
anything, they're
reality.
elegant. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, they're creepy, but like in a beautiful way. You know?
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
This one might be one of the saddest ones, honestly. I think she's up there with the thorn. I really, really like this route, by the way. It's probably one of my favorites. That was really cool.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Yay. Alright, well, I guess let's move on.
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be.
You can handle sadness, just not horror. This is tame for me. Yeah, this is not one of the bad parts. Yeah, I will maybe try to give you a heads up when things are getting too crazy, but we are hopefully going to be getting to a lot of content that I haven't seen yet, so I might not always know. But this game does have a fair bit of, like, gore and body horror kind of stuff. So, yeah, fair warning.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I'm good, then maybe my timing of coming back isn't that bad. I mean, if you're fine with gore and body horror stuff, then absolutely, like, I strongly recommend you watch this game, because it's really good. Next route you're handling is either Prisoner or Spectre? Probably. Maybe. Let's see. I guess let's just go.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay, so the thing is, we were talking earlier about whether to go through every
You're on a path.
variation of this route.
And at the end of that
I think I might dip after this or something, if something freaks me out, yeah. Feel free, yeah, stay as long as you like. What was I saying? Right. I think I might go through them once the first time, just because, like, there's different variants of the princess that you can get in, like, the final confrontation, and I want to see all of those. So I think this time I'm going to keep it at this one. And then when I start a new game at some point, when I get back to this route, I will keep trying different options until I get a different ending princess, if there is one. Does that make sense? Thanks for looking out for me, that's Italian. Yeah, no problem. This game is probably has the most disturbing content of any game I've played on this channel, if I'm being honest. It gets kind of intense.
You're here to slay her.
So yeah, since you're new to this game, basically the way this works is it's kind of a time loop where you go through a route and then at the end the princess is like taken away by this entity, because each princess is like a fragment of this bigger, like, god, basically. She's like a god of transformation and change. And you get a fragment, and then at the end she makes you forget and sends you back to the beginning. And then you keep bringing her more fragments. So, yeah. What do we want to do this time? I guess let's try to go for the prisoner then. Let's go for the prisoner. Sure, why not?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
The lore, though, this game is so cool. Like, seriously, just the whole premise and, like, game mechanics is so interesting. You should maybe go back to my first video of it, where I'm, like, going nuts, and, like, I went in completely blind and didn't know how this game worked, or or like, what to expect, and it just kept throwing curveballs at me. I was just like, what is going on? Happy to be chatting with you once again. Again, life was so busy for me. Yeah, I'm glad to see you back too. Yeah, it's a shame that you might not really vibe with this game, but it's so good. Like, if you can stomach the horror parts, it is so good. It's one of the best games I played on the channel. Yeah. Yeah, this game is just so good, and I really want to scream at, like, everybody ever to go play it, but I know it's not for everyone, which is so unfortunate. But to be honest, I feel like it wouldn't be the same without those elements, you know? Like, if you toned it down, it just wouldn't hit as hard, I feel like. So maybe it's kind of a necessary evil.
A warning before you go any further.
Ugh, I could gush about how much I love this game for hours. Oh my god. It's incredible.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she
I like to have an appetite when I go eat soon. Yeah, that's fair.
Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Grab the blade and save the princess or slay her. Yeah. We'll try it.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, I keep accidentally, like, hitting my mouse on something and accidentally clicking. Remember, you have to leave the princess's head behind in chapter 2 and then kill yourself.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Alright, yeah, we'll try that.
The air is stale and musty,
yeah.
and the floor and walls are painted.
Let's get going. Take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I like the style so far. The art in this game is jaw-dropping. Like, you know, part of the premise is that things are always changing. And, like, you get so many different variations of this cabin and of the princess. And all of the designs are stunning. It reminds me of a sketchbook. Yeah, this is all, I think, pencil drawn. Every frame of this game is hand-drawn in pencil. Or, well, sketchbook drawing. Yeah, it is. It's so cool. The art is... oh my god. I still don't have my copy. I hope it arrives soon. But yeah, every aspect of the production is so good. The art, amazing. The soundtrack and, like, sound design, incredible. The voice acting. I'm guessing if you're not a horror fan, you're probably not familiar with the Magnus Archives, but Jonathan Sims of Magnus Archives fame is voicing the narrator and all of the voices. Yeah, there's 2 voice actors that voice the entire game, and they do such an incredible job.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase.
Alright, I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly because I've already seen it a bazillion times. Never heard of them, yeah. That's fair.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I like this one.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Okay, so let's try to do the prisoner, I guess. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
I wonder what's gonna happen to the prisoner in the next route. Yeah, I'm so curious about these new routes.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone...
Okay, so one of the cool things is, like, the princess can change, right? So, like, the princess's attitude towards you changes based on whether you bring the knife down with you. So I took the knife, so she's being really hostile to me. This game is so cool. Alright, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
Nice attention to detail. Yeah, it's really great. Even the cursor changes depending on whether you're holding the blade, and even if the knife has blood on it, it's on the cursor too. Maybe the skeptic will be separated from you, like how the smitten was. That would be interesting. That would be so interesting, because, like, I feel like the smitten just had such a dramatic change there. Like, I understand how he would change that way, but it was still, like, I was not expecting it at all. Like, he went full yandere. Like, super possessive and toxic, and, like, oh boy. So if something like that happens to the skeptic, I wonder what direction that would go.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't...
Smitten went villain mode, yeah.
You're going to need it.
Do all the princesses have the same
So
faces?
here we are.
Oh no, they
The
do
author
not.
starts a relationship.
They share similar design elements, and some of them do look similar. Like, it depends. Some of them change more than others. There's one, at least one, that is very not human. Actually, there's a lot of them that are very not human in different ways. So because I've already played this game a bazillion times, I'm not really going to be going through all of the fluff dialogue, but we can go through maybe a couple. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if
At
there
least they let her do her makeup. Yeah.
well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Well, let's go for it, I think. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Who's your favorite princess before the Pristine Cut?
You walk up to the chains,
I don't
bind the princess
know.
to the wall, and give
There's
them
a lot of
time.
really good ones. I think the adversary is really fun in general. I think that's just a funny route. Narrator is me in most games when there's mysteries. I actually really like the prisoner too.
They're
I think
large and
she's
heavy.
cute.
Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them
Yeah, I don't know.
apart.
The thorn, of course, is so sweet.
If
I
you
don't know.
have
They're
it,
all really good in their own
maybe you should
ways.
go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is
Alright.
someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been much
So
easier
just a
if
heads
you
up, Kit.
simply
It
slain
shit's
her
about to go
like
down.
you were supposed to.
I might just skip through it anyway, because I've, again, seen it a bazillion times. But at this point, we cut her arm off to get her out of the chains. I don't trust her, like, she seems too trusting with us. Yeah, that's, like, the whole premise of this game, is going through all of this dialogue and trying to decide whether you trust the princess. Alright. Save the princess. We can go through it quickly.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above
Uh,
the massive.
Looking away now. She is going to be going around with a bleeding arm stump for a bit. Just FYI.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Alright. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from
I really
your
love this
ruptured
one too.
neck.
I just love her pose and the angle and her face. It's just so, like... I don't even know how to describe it. Not quite, like, dead inside, but she's just, like, so uncaring
This is the end, isn't it?
while she's holding that dagger so delicately. Such good art. Figured we couldn't trust her? I mean, she was defending herself. We were trying to kill her. She just put us out of our
I'm
misery.
afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Alright, chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
I always wonder what the
is a
princess's
cabin.
personal reason for changing from being so arrogant and full of herself to being cold and barely caring about anything. I wonder what's her thought process. I mean, I think it's not about her thought process. I think it's about our thought process. Like, the princess's attitude is mostly based on what we expect her to be like. Gamer and all of us, yes, it was to get 100%. Yep.
You're here to
Alright.
slay her.
Let's do this. Proceeding to the cabin, I guess.
A warning. Before she will
Yeah,
lie,
yeah, she'll lie,
she
she'll
will
cheat, etc.
and she will do everything in her power to stop you from
I know that is
slaying
just
her.
kind of funny to me how much of a bizarre change it is.
She says.
I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a change, really. I don't know.
Yes, yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
I love the voice of the skeptic. So everyone's the bad guy in this game, including us. I would not say that. To be clear, if you missed the bit with us trying to stab her, the narrator forced us to. He controlled our body and made us try to stab her. So, I don't know if you want to, like, discover more of this game as we go, or if you're okay with me just kind of spoiling things. I mean, I guess I've already spoiled a lot of things. But, basically, yeah, all is subjective in this game except for some princesses. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. I'd say most people are morally gray. Basically, because the princess embodies, like, change and transformation, that also includes death. And the narrator essentially wants to rid the world of death. Like, the world is ending, and the world is gonna end, and everyone's gonna die, and he wants to destroy the princess to rid the world of death forever. So... yeah, he is willing to do anything to make that happen, even if the princess herself isn't necessarily evil. The princess basically is whatever you expect her to be. So if you go in assuming that she's evil, she's going to be a monster and she's going to fuck you up. But if you go in, you know, trying to genuinely, like, make a connection with her, then, yeah, you might get other sides of her. Would you believe this is kind of plot is in a Sonic game? I mean, I know very little about Sonic games, but I can imagine that they can get weird.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Completely, but it reminds me of it.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Why are some of these voices so funny?
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
And yeah, depending on our route, we get different voices in our heads. Time to meet Her Royal Highness once again. What's she gonna be like this time?
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
You have a favorite voice? There's a lot of really good voices too. But honestly, I feel like my favorite has to be the hero. He's just... I love him. He's our little buddy. He's always with us.
The blade is your implement. You'll need
And I find him really interesting. Like, you know, all of the voices are kind of... We're just telling because she gives me a heads up. Like, they're all obviously, like, based on very specific traits, but you can still, like, get different facets of them in the different routes, which I think is really cool. And I think the hero is a good example of that. Because, like, he's the hero. His main kind of feature is the desire to always do the right thing. But in a game like this, a lot of the time you don't know what the right thing is. And I feel like that makes him really interesting. Because, like, he's trying to figure it out as he goes, just like we are. I guess we want to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good idea.
Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
In we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Rita's your cat? I don't know. She's just probably mixed. I just got her from a shelter. She's very fluffy and very cute. Has very soft, silky fur. She's mostly black. She's sleeping on my bed right now. Gonna go give her a little pet, bother her for a bit. Yeah, Biggs. Maybe at some point.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
That's a good point. Has someone else visited her before? Or maybe she's talking about us in the
You walk down the
previous
stairs and lock eyes with
route.
the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
What happens if I do that? I don't know if I've tried that, actually. What princess do you think you would realistically be BFFs with? I don't know. I feel like most of them are not very friendly. So it sounds like apparently the new thing is to try to free her. My own cat, I think she could be an American Shorthair. Cats are good. Have I tried this? I'm gonna give it a try real quick. It might not be anything new, but let's just do it.
As if by divine will, just as you
Of
finish
course.
the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. It doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else.
Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
How surprising. They locked you down here too.
Alright, let's chill. It has a cat. Yep, it fits.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
That's what you're told.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I don't think I've tried this one. Hey, let me out of here! Open the door!
You have everything you need to deal with her and save the world.
Fuck off, narrator.
The door will open as soon as you finish your incredibly important task. Doesn't sound like we'll be able to talk him into letting us leave.
Yeah, not a chance. He's single-minded about this. But don't worry. There are plenty of things that aren't in his control.
Oh? For instance?
Us. Her. But mostly us. If he didn't have his limits, we wouldn't be here. Not like this.
You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Oh, with her head. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No, no. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about
Lord
the
Vizar's
pros?
told, yeah, I think she might be an eldritch being. Yeah?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Alright, I think let's go ahead and move on. Cut her out on your own. Oh, I don't think that was an option before. Or, it's possible that she's not going to let us do it. I think we might want to talk to her about it first. I think if we try to do this, she's just going to attack me. But maybe it is possible. Let's offer the idea. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon.
If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over.
Understandable.
And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't.
I've seen her do it.
Does she?
Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Is there an option to leave her there and just be off on your own merry way? There is sometimes, and you won't like what happens.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
So the funny thing is he often says things like that, like if I shouldn't say anything else or I'm gonna make it worse, because the narrator knows that if he puts the thought in our head that she's dangerous and scary and can become whatever we fear her to be, then she immediately becomes a monster. Like, he can't give it away.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
No, see, he literally can't tell us. Because if he tells us that it can happen, then it will happen.
I needed
It's
you
so
to be in
funny.
the dark for as long as I could keep you there.
Not funny necessarily, but just really interesting.
Necessary even.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
Yeah, you do kind of have to feel for the narrator a little bit. Like, he's very misguided, but he's very desperate.
To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before.
Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters.
Might want to
Saying
save in
that
case
is
you mess
too
something up.
much.
Yeah. Actually, Omega Prime said earlier that I think the new route is apparently letting her cut off her head and then killing yourself after, but doesn't that just lead to the gray? Hang on, let me scroll back up to see what Omega said. What was their tip? Yeah, you just... Oh, so is it a change in the gray? Or am I misremembering? Maybe that isn't the gray.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
The skeptic cannot accept having incomplete information, which honestly, relatable.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
I always have to know everything.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be
I'm
daydreaming.
not daydreaming, I'm having a whole long conversation in my head. There's a difference. Alright, let's move on, I think. Okay, cut her out on her own, on your own, I think, is going to kill us. Schrodinger's princess. Yeah, we won't know if we get the new route by doing that until we try it, yeah. So let's give it a save, and let's try giving her the knife. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea.
Wasn't there actually
say, I don't know,
an option
doing your
to
job
watch or
safely,
not watch the
you
beheading?
remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
Like, watching the beheading, yeah, she's about to behead herself. I think you can actually not watch it, so I can maybe skip that.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Let's look away.
You close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her plan.
I love that the skeptic is just in on it.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
That is a fair point. That's a really interesting point for him to make.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear.
Ugh.
Hard to fake that. This is worse than what...
And yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now.
Just a heads up though, Kit, there's probably going to be a severed head just sitting there. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome.
Oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Are we going to get a headless princess?
What a way
That
to
would be
go.
crazy.
But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
I won't be able to see it. I'm scrolled down, but I can still type. Alright. Or are you just like typing without looking at it at all? Nice.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Alright, let's
Now,
do it.
hold on. She's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Hound princess? Yeah, that would be so cool.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed.
Just imagining her like
Now
holding her
you can
head.
relax and enjoy your reward.
Alright. Leave the basement.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
Okay.
With your work
The severed
done,
head is
you
gone.
remove the blade from the
I think you can look
princess's
again,
corpse
Kit.
and make your way back upstairs, closing the
Oh.
door to the basement behind you.
The fluffy one is
Think
back.
of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
Is there a jump scare?
Instead,
No.
What you find is
Does this
nothing
game ever have it?
where a lush
It
forest
does
stood mere minutes
occasionally
ago.
have things that I would consider
Only thing
jump
frightening
scares.
now is
I think
the vast
particularly on the
emptiness
nightmare
of
route.
someplace far away.
We don't
Um,
have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay.
nightmare route. The nightmare route is what happens if you leave her in the basement.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
Alright. That's bullshit. Let us out of here now.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now.
The kitty is now sitting on my armrest. So, I have a fluffier armrest now.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Best kind of armrest, yeah. It is a little bit finicky, though. You never know when it's gonna up and leave. What do you suggest, then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Narrator is just projecting his wants onto us, it seems, yeah. I think you came in after this part in the previous route, but he actually said that he didn't want eternity anymore. He got bored of our eternal happiness with the princess. Well, happiness in quotes. We were actually pretty miserable. It was eternal misery with the princess. And even the narrator was like, okay, you and the princess can leave now. The world ending would be better than this. It was pretty amazing. Alright. Slay yourself. Let's do it.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade,
Yeah, if this turns into the
Right
gray, you
into
should
your
return to your
heart.
save, yeah.
you collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The cage. That is new. Thank you for the tip, Omega.
You're on a path in the wood. Chains everywhere.
Ooh.
This is different. This is new.
So, Kit, I have not seen this route before, so I don't know what kind of shit we're about to get into. But it looks interesting.
It's worse, is what it is.
It looks really cool, though. Very dramatic.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
It's welcoming, yeah.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
I mean, he's not wrong. Also, this is our second paranoid appearance of the night. We're getting a lot of paranoid, huh?
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Kitty is very enthusiastically rubbing herself against my mouse pad. Why does she love it so much? Fingers crossed the new Spectre route gives us broken and cold. Alright, let's... This is new, so let's try the explore options first, I guess. Ooh, that's an excellent point. Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We've never started with the blade before.
Huh. I hadn't actually noticed.
Me neither, Skeptic.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us.
Because your mouse has your scent on it? Maybe, I don't know. What is she doing? She is rubbing against it like crazy. Oh, you little silly creature. I think she might actually be moving my camera by wiggling around so much. Hey, can you not do that? Oh gosh. Oh, please don't do that. Oh my gosh. Sweetie. You're messing up my stream. Hey! Oh, she's biting me. Hang on, let me check. Am I doing okay? Okay, I think we're fine. Oh, what am I doing? Alright. On we go. There have been other routes when we always took the blade, right? Yeah, I'm sure there have been.
Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
Could we have not taken the blade down and still gotten this route? I think the Skeptic might actually make us take it the first time.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It
says right
you're
here.
supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with
Is he reading off a script?
Probably for the best.
What? Huh. Are you sure we even need to slay her? She cut off her own head last time.
She what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Okay, hang on. Let me get this mouse pad away from Kitty. She is now trying to claw at it. Kitty, can you find something else to play with, please? What else can you play with? I don't have anything within reach that's good for playing with. Mostly I just have cables and stuff. And you should not be playing with that. He's always been reading off a script. I think he implied it during the adversary. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, well, he is the narrator. I do have cat toys, but not necessarily... Oh, I have some a little bit within reach. Hang on. Alright, have this. Yep, there she goes. All right. She's off. I think it rolled under the couch, though, so I don't know if that'll keep her distracted for very long.
More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward. We killed ourselves, obviously. You were insisting.
Obviously, I love that.
We knew we weren't.
Okay, yeah, Kitty is already back. That didn't last long.
Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board. And you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself
Try
this
not
time.
to. Can't make any guarantees. Oh shit! What was that? I accidentally clicked something.
Stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath.
Okay, hang on. No way out but through. Let's go see her. You know what? I'm gonna load an autosave. Hang on, where's load? Where's load? Load is here somewhere. The heck? I don't want preferences. Here we go. This would have been the latest one.
You stand
Oh,
at the
whoops.
edge of a cliff.
Too far. This one then. Okay. We can go through this dialogue again. Okay. Gonna do a little save. Let's try turning around and leaving. Let's see if it does anything.
Are you serious? Fine. You walk away from the cabin and see how that goes for you.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me?
Huh.
Everything is getting fuzzy.
What?
What's going on?
What?
Where are we?
I did not expect that to work. What?
Did we do this? Is this the end of the world?
I'm done
Is there
with this.
ever
Bye.
even a
Yeah.
world to end? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
We are going to be reloading that, by the way. I do want to see this route through to the end. But it's interesting that it lets us do this. What? But we... See, normally once you've already been to the long quiet once, she doesn't let you do this. What? Huh. Weird. Okay, yeah, let's reload that. Huh. Did not expect that to work. Okay. Did you do something right? This is something that I've tried before on other routes. I kind of want to toss my weapon away. Let's do it. I'm not taking the blade again.
Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do things right. We can't toss it. It's the only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away.
He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare.
Do it.
Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen.
Boy, skeptic.
We're not tossing the blade.
I don't like completely overriding my voices. I feel like I don't know, but we've gone this far, we're gonna do it. I'm in charge, and I say we're tossing the blade. You had your chance last time, and we also saw how that worked out for us.
Too bad. This is a mutiny.
Oh shit!
Hey, you can't just do that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions. What if I stop you? Maybe I can make choices too.
Good luck with that.
Kira's always got my back.
Back up this time, haven't I?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, alliance of convenience. We're not throwing it away. It's important.
Hey, what are you... Are you serious? That's no fair. Let me go.
Can they, like, physically constrain each other? What does that mean, let me go? What?
Sorry, has to be done.
Are you seriously not letting me toss it? Real mature. When this goes sideways, it's on the two of you. Amazing. Fine, then I guess we're keeping it.
Great. Was that so hard? We need to keep our wits sharp.
So
Yes.
good.
You've made the right choice. The blade is the only control we have in this world. Yes, great. Now, will you get to the cabin already? In case you've forgotten, the princess, the fate of the entire world, etc., etc.
Alright, no way out but through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge.
Oof.
The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
That bridge is terrifying.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her.
Princess must be so lonely. I know, right?
There's nothing to find out here.
I wonder if she feels betrayed that we didn't take her, that we left her to die.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her
This
that.
is...
Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror. What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind? Or is it a distraction? Something...
I'm gonna go scroll down just in case.
to confuse
I don't think
us?
there's gonna be anything weird until we get down to see the princess.
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Approach the mirror.
You step out onto the floor,
Ooh!
or what should have been a floor.
I wonder if we can fall through it.
Should have been. Yes,
Oh.
unfortunately, you realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through. Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard.
I wonder what this princess looks like. I'm so curious. The princess probably has like 1,000 chains on her, yeah. Is she gonna have her head attached? I'm wondering about that too. Although in the gray she did have her head attached. I hope we can climb well.
Your fall is suddenly painfully
Ooh!
altered as rusty chains
Oh, no.
caught against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what
Ooh.
appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Are those arms just gonna be on the side of the frame for this entire encounter? Because,
the princess
oof.
lives here. Slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings,
I'm taking a slight peek. Maybe
you find a
don't.
figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Okay, we can try that. Rolling back down. I'm supposed to be sorry. Why the hell did you cut her head off? Let's try to talk with her first. Let's lead with this. Why the hell did you cut your head off?
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in
Ooh!
your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real?
Paranoid is really going for it.
They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking.
Honestly, if anyone can change things just with the power of wishful thinking, it's probably the paranoid.
Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try.
Ooh, they're all explore. Interesting. Oh, trying to cut yourself free sounds so horrific. But honestly, staying hanging here is also pretty horrific. Hello?
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you.
She's
As the
coming.
vision comes back into focus, your eyes
What is she
fall on the
dragging
body of
there?
the princess,
Does she have her...
suddenly emerged from the shadows.
That's her head in a cage. Holy shit. Wow. We got a tetanus shots.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person.
Yeah.
It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage.
Thanks for that imagery.
The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
I feel like this might be one where you just exhaust your explorer options until she approaches and kills you. I can't help but feel like none of these are actually going to change anything. Let's attempt to cut ourselves free, I guess.
You try to move your arm, but the hooks buried deep in your wrist and elbow keep you firmly, painfully in place. You do your best to rotate the knife in your palm, but it only clinks against the metal chain, unable to do so much as leave a scratch. The
She's
body
approaching.
takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the
Yes,
hooks
pet the doggo.
boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Wow, that's interesting.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it. This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
I think it was. Do you think she'd go easy on us if we drop the blade? I feel like it's not going to do anything. I feel like we're just doomed. Should we try to guilt her? You've made choices. You've never stopped. You're choosing violence right now.
You're not looking at things right. Your eyes are fixed on the distraction instead of on the hand working the illusion.
I see. You know, maybe she's onto something. Maybe being ahead means you can really focus on figuring out the truth.
Oh, don't you start.
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
This is going to end badly.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
Oh, that's interesting. Is this specifically referencing the fact that I tried to throw away the knife? Disturbing. I don't like this. Yep. You're setting me up to fail. I can't make real choices strung up like this, and you're refusing to make any choices at all.
You're just starting to see the walls. And you don't have to struggle against something inevitable. You can give in with me. None of this is up to us.
I feel like we can't get through to her at this point.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Are we going to a chapter 4? You're falling. The world is spinning. And then you hit the ground, your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong, and roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. Whoa, what? Why did the cursor change? What the fuck is that? Did we get beheaded? Is the cursor now just our head? What the hell is this? That's new? What? What is happening? You are unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps towards you. One slow, rhythmic step after another. I'm really being obviously sarcastic. What? What is going on? Should I peek? You can peek. I mean, her head is still detached from her body, but you don't see anything graphic. We don't see our mangled arms anymore. But yeah, our cursor is different now. It's not a hand anymore. I can't even really tell what that is, but it could be a bird head. It has like a beak and an eye, sort of. Maybe this is our bird head. We're some kind of bird creature, by the way, in case you didn't notice. But yeah, oh man, this art is so cool. I love the crazy angle. It's just, whew. Oh! It stoops down to pick you up, and then a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting. It explains the weird arms. Who the hell is that? I mean, it's... Oh, am I controlling my arm separately? What?
And now, the cut.
Did one of the voices separate themselves into my arm? The angles are nuts, though. Look at this. It strikes, and it strikes true, and the body drops its cage in pain. Oh, this art is so cool. Holy shit. What kind of eldritch being are we? Well, we are the counterpart of the princess. We were originally one eldritch being that was split into two. The image has changed, but yeah, we were split into two, where basically she is change and we are stability. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way deeper into the shadows until all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence. Are they going to be just fighting in the background while my head and hers have a conversation? That would be so sick. We're a bird boy, or at least we're bird-like, yeah.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
This game is so cool. What the hell? I didn't let go. You ripped my head off. Having a chat while there's a battle going on. Oh my god, I love this game. You didn't cut yourself free. My body is still the one with the knife. Doesn't that mean this is different? Doesn't that mean I broke your pattern?
Huh. I guess you're right. Pattern must be wrong then.
That's so interesting how she kind of parallels the skeptic. Because the skeptic is always looking for the solution, for the pattern. And she's saying that she has this, like, perfect model of how the world works. And if that's proven wrong, then, well, the pattern is wrong, but it must be something else then. There is a pattern, but I just didn't get the right one, I guess. I love to see the ways that the princess and kind of the voices match each other in that way. It's always so cool. Just imagining the bodies fighting while the heads are bickering amuses me. I know. This game is so ridiculous and funny in all of these weird-ass ways. I love this game.
Maybe if we keep watching, we'll figure it out. And we've got nothing else to do but watch.
I love how it looks like a dance. And so you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance. Yeah, it literally describes it as a dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited. Steel crashing against steel and flesh rolling off of flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Come to a head. I see what you did there. I love seeing these panels move against each other. That's so cool.
Head.
And at last, the climax plays out. Your body, wreathed in chains and shadows, makes its final move. But so does hers. Chain shatters spine, and blade pierces heart. Did hear martial artists describe fighting as a dance in a way? Yeah. She laughed at her own pun. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Are we doing a chapter 4? Or is this going to end here? Okay, no, I think it's ending. I can't believe they expanded so much on the metaphors of love they already described in detail. I know, it's so cool. This one was really interesting. I feel like the previous one was even more interesting. That one was so cool. Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth, and she coughs.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold.
Can't wait
isn't bad.
to see what they did for Spectre Part 3, yeah. Here's a martial art in one of the South American countries that really combines dancing and martial arts. Look like breakdancing becomes a fighting style. Yeah, it's capoeira, I think. I don't think I've actually seen anyone do it, but I've heard it's really cool. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Seen a video of it, and it's really cool, yeah. So the achievement was remain stuck between the walls. I wonder if there's an alternative, if you can get out or anything. Make sure to ask the shifting round about the vessel, of course. Scroll down because I can't look at blood for too long. Well, we're in a different scene now. We're about to approach the princess up close. I don't know how gruesome she's gonna look. I can see that she's got her head in the cage, I think being held up by the other arms. I don't know how much you're gonna see of her, like, broken neck stump or anything.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
You can see a little bit of it. It's not too bad, I don't think.
I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Man, the art in this game is always so cool. I just love seeing the hands, like, grasp and pull at the chains. Wow. Beautiful. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart.
Yeah. An image, not my kind of style, but wow, yeah, I know. The art and just all of the general visuals and, like, kind of art direction of this game is so incredible. I like that, a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. Someone who's completely given up on their agency. So tragic.
Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Alright, I guess we're done here then. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
I've been drawing a limbless character and it's not even a horror character. Yeah. I mean, people can just not have limbs.
We will meet again.
Alright. Well, I think that's going to be the end for today.
On a path in the woods.
What did you wish to be,
At
the one in
end of that
control?
path
I
is a
guess.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is
Um,
a princess.
Right. So, I think that's going to be the end of today's episode. We got through two of the cool new routes. They were really interesting. I really liked that first one, the happy ending one. Or what was it called? Like Happily Ever After or whatever. That was really cool, and I really want to go back to it and see the other variations of it. Wow. I'm so glad to be playing this game again while I survived that. Yeah, you did! Yeah, it's such a good game. Like, I really hope that you can stick around for more of it because it's incredible. Thanks for being a pro for the entire thing. Yeah, no problem. I know this game is really freaky, so yeah, it definitely has some content that's hard to watch. Will you be doing more tomorrow? No, I will not. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the next, well, I also have an art stream on Sundays, but game streams are Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the next stream is going to be next Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST, which is my usual streaming time. So yeah, unfortunately you're gonna have to wait for almost a week. Very sad. I definitely cannot wait to get into more of this game and see the other new routes and also the other expansions of existing routes. Yeah, this new content so far has been really fascinating and really cool and really beautiful. As always with everything in this game, it's just so good. I may not because it's horror-based. Yeah, again, the time I return, you're playing a horror game. Yeah, sorry about that. It's such a good game. I love it so much. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having fun with it too. Yeah, next time I guess we'll try maybe the Spectre. We'll try, what was it? Apotheosis, I think, got expanded as well. I really hate waiting. Yeah, good luck on your wait, Omega. I hope you get your game. So yeah, have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.